We are going to look at mirror lines, right? Now we stumbled with that last class and the class before that. So, Alan?
This is something guys.
They can't help being class better.
I wonder what y'all need two cameras for. And look who they get it for. You get it on one Boston junkie? Yeah, but this. Wait, that's it. That do this here, so I but that do
Okay, so, okay, I'm going to continue. So as I was saying, we are going to look at mirror lines. And basically what we're going to do in this class, we're going to try to use graph paper, not just the computers, but actually taking what we know and applying it to the graph. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so as I was saying, we are going to try to look at our various mirror lines, and today we are going to not just use the computers, but we are actually going to do the graph.
I checked this,
So
right?
it will be a group activity, not an individual. Okay, but before we start the activity, we are going to do a little revision using the PowerPoint. Okay? Now we must pass with the computer, so it's okay, so as you can see here, we have here we have the object, which is your pre-image, and we are going to reflect it across the line x is equal to 2. Can somebody tell me where that mirror line would be?
This on the
Come show me, picture.
x is equal to 2.
You want your line of your mirror line or your line of reflection? Where would it be? So how did it go? Okay, great. Thank you very much, teacher. Okay, so your mirror line will cut your x-axis at 2. Okay? So the first thing you do when you draw your mirror line, and after you have your mirror line, what comes next? But how do you know where your image will go? Okay. Okay. So where would A? Let's start with A. Where would you put A?
Yes, come on now, miss. You never seen that before. Let me see.
Okay, that's the first.
Let's be right here.
How do you know?
That's A. That's A.
A.
How that could be A? How that could be A and flipping like this? You're trying to type the teacher for you.
Okay, thank you, Tony.
B must be right here and A can be, let me see.
But how do you know where B? How do you know where it will come B? How do you know?
Where I can block B?
Yes.
Where this is miss? Miss. Oh, how I know?
Yes, how do you know?
Oh, you gotta count the things, the blocks between them.
Count the spaces.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk about it. So let's count the spaces between them.
Yeah, that's when I can't do the same here.
Why do you have to count the same number of spaces?
Well, let's see.
Because let's ensure that there's something because the reflection, so the object and the image must be the same distance from your mirror line. Thank you very much, lady.
Not for me now.
Okay. Alright, so then you have to have the same distance as Toby said between the object and the mirror line, and the image and the mirror line, or your pre-image and the mirror line, and then your object, your image from the mirror line.
With that same distance on
Yes. So your pre-image and your image should be the same distance from your mural line. And the next step would be to label your points. Ensure you label your points correctly. And so I would have labeled this A, this would be incorrect. This has to be B because I'm looking at the distance. Well, you never know. Alright, so we get that.
Yes, ma'am.
That's understandable. That's what we did the last class. Okay, now we are looking at reflection. Let me just show. We are looking at reflection across the y-axis. Now, when you reflect across the y-axis, what should happen to your coordinates?
The thing changes.
Which one changes, Citra?
The y, I mean the x.
The x coordinate changes and your y. Yes.
Stays the same.
Okay, yes, Jamish. You were saying? Okay, so C. What will C become? Jamish. Jamish. Yes, Jamish. Yes. 7 and A. And -2.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, so this would be your new coordinates for reflection across the y-axis. Okay? Now let us look at reflection across the x-axis. If you have to reflect this across the x-axis, map across the x-axis, what would you expect to happen to the coordinates?
You mean
Yes.
what you have?
The coordinates in the x-axis.
Yes.
The coordinates in the y-axis.
So what you should say is that your x coordinates will stay the same, and then your y coordinates will change. I realize I'm mixing up the words coordinates with axis.
Yeah, master.
This is your axis, your x and your y axis. These are your coordinates.
Let's see hang out. Let's see hang out.
Okay? And as y'all said, your x coordinates will stay the same and the sign of your y coordinates will change. That's reflection across the x-axis. What about this one? Reflection across the line y plus x. What would happen? How would they flip? I put them upside down. How would they?
Y-axis will become
The y-axis.
the y coordinates. The y coordinates will become the x coordinates. And the x coordinates will become the y coordinates.
Okay, so let's look at h. What would h become?
Negative 9,
Okay, negative 9. Okay, so as I was saying. So I would have. Thank you very much, Toby. That was very.
No, man, see talk from a thing.
Okay? And F, as we said, the coordinates will switch places. Your x will become your y, and your y will become your x. Okay? And the last one, negative. So we all understand that, right? Okay. This can be.
Do that over.
It's on the class file.
Yes. Do that over. Now the teacher said.
You were not at school, that doesn't mean I can teach you. Do you have the notes? Yes, right?
Yeah, but I never seen under that.
But you were not at school with you, that doesn't mean I didn't teach you.
That's what she did.
Okay, so we're going to the next one. So we're just looking at the final slide. When you flex in the x-axis and your y-axis and your line y equals x. Now, what if I had to reflect in the line y equals negative x? What would happen to your coordinates? Y equals negative x. What would happen to those coordinates? What would happen to the coordinates if you had to reflect in the line y equals x?
X coordinates take position of the y coordinates. The y coordinates take position of the x coordinates.
Yes. Okay, so when you flex the line y equals negative x, your x coordinate becomes your y coordinate. Your y coordinate becomes an x coordinate, and the signs of your coordinates change. So that was our revision. Do we all understand? Do we all on the same page? Which one don't you understand? The y equals x because we're not in class. Okay, so I'm hoping you will catch on with this activity. So what we're going to do, I want to have 4 stations in the class. When I say 4 stations, just put like 2 desks together, 1 here, another here, 3, and 1 at the center class. Everybody stand. I want 2 on this side. I want 2 there, 2 there, and 2 on the other side. 4 stations around the classroom. Don't just have to break those triangles. Come free, come on. If the position not right, 1 there, 2, 3, 4. I want 4 stations in all. Let's not drag. You have strong people like Toby. So you want the girls move the furniture. Toby can not do that now. You say you not do that. The girls move the furniture. 2. 3 and 1 pair, right? I don't want 1 in the middle, so I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what I'm saying. So over here. So the rest of the furniture. Just put the rest of the furniture. But try to help the girls put the rest of the furniture on your side. So now you pass the class on the rest.
Let's see my chair right here.
Okay, now everybody come to the center. Everyone comes to the center of the classroom. Okay, for the first group, I have the 2 of you and Patricia. Okay? And put you on. Okay? The second group, 1, 2, 3, and Toby.
Who's 1 between us?
And Toby, and the 3 of you together in the last group. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3. You won't be sitting, so it's not bother to sit down. You will be standing. Stand next to your station. That is all. Put the paper down.
Stay there, chair. Stay there. Look, stay there.
You do not need a check because you won't be sitting, so just stand in your station. Now what we're going to do is called a carousel activity. Okay, what it is that everybody will do 1 part of the question and then rotate to the next station. Okay, so we're rotating in an anti-clockwise direction. So they will do part 1 of the question, and you will do part 1, you will do part 1. Okay? Then when I say time, you will move to the next station, you will move to the next station. So you switch. So everybody will be doing a different part of the other question. Now you have to move with your marker, because that's how I will know what you've done and whether you've done it correctly. So yes. Because as you can see, there's a lot of space on the side of the paper. That is why you do your working. So I can see what it is that you've done. Now when you go to the other group, are we all listening? Yes, ma'am. When you go to the other group, before you start doing the second part of the question, you must check the work of the previous group to ensure that it is correct before you can move on to Sherman. He's not your but class is being recorded. Okay, so we're gonna stand there, right? Okay, so read your question in your group, discuss it. Plug the first part of the question. When I take time, we move to the next table. We move to the next table and we move to the next table. Yes. So we get on the desk, please. Are you helping your group members? Come and look at what they're doing. You are part of the group activity. Come closer to your group to pay attention. Please do not look at us. Not today. Jesus fixed it. Can you spend some time?
Wow.
Do it tomorrow.
Yeah. You can put that on the
That's our
Please include Kacha in your activity. Yes, ma'am. Make Kacha, but Tony, maybe you should go for a point or two. Yes. Come look to ensure your group is doing what they're supposed to do. I'm checking time right away, so when I stop time, you say you want a question. Get my time ready. Hold the checks. You have just about 2 minutes left. No.
Yeah, start right there. I know why I asked.
X is first.
Let me see your point.
Let's say we do number 2 and next.
No, after you finish.
You ain't got to do what I'm doing.
Use a pencil.
So x is negative 1 and y is positive 1. X coordinate first, y coordinate second.
Switch.
That's why you should have used.
You alternate?
Yeah.
That's what you're.
No, but you can't say so yet.
Yes, you are switching.
Yes.
See that one now?
Yes.
They finish.
Okay, time.
Leave that down.
Leave with your marker. Leave with your marker.
Read number 1.
Ensure that you've done all words correctly. Ensure it's correct before you move on. Ensure that the book is correct before you move on. Ensure they plotted the points correctly before you move on. Before you start.
Are you gonna do the card? Let's do it.
You don't want me to do that? Right there. Just put the thing that. Put it right there. Put one there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's see the
Finish?
This meeting,
Yeah, just one.
3 of the first number says 5 on the X. So you have to go 3.
Yes, you can do another question and finish 4 times. You can go
Good thing I have to shut it off. Okay, you have 1 minute left. We only do one question, one particular question. You do not do 2, right?
7, 4.
Okay, time. We didn't write that. Check the work before you move on.
Try to go with this.
No reason why access.
this the line and line. That's the radio.
Okay, you have just about 1 minute left. What's the map? That's what kind of transformation? What type of transformation?
Correct. Yes, it's fine.
Me too. I think it's supposed to use this one.
Yes, it's fine. You're switch.
You can switch yet.
Okay, thank you very much.
Switch, watch it.
Time. Time. Please check the thing before you.
Massa.
Time.
Not yet. Ensure that you're checking.
Check your dates outside.
Okay, I'm giving you 1 more minute. And then we'll come together. You just start to hear
They correct an error in the calculator, you will let us correct higher.
because it was time. It's not there when they corrected their error. They corrected your error, you know. Who do you think? Who do you think did that? We into that? You only do it all the time. They had to come correct it.
Yeah, but still you can let us do our stuff.
Okay, that is it. Time. Everybody's back at their original stations, right? So I want you to check the work orders and to ensure that your question has been answered correctly. So you're supposed to check every part of your question to ensure that it is correct. So go check the working, check what is done. Grading, what I'm going to grade
It's the one.
is the end product, what you give up at the end of the activity. So ensure that everything on your paper is correct. You will give that up, and that is what I'm going to mark. You have space on the side to show any working that you need to show.
That's what I said. That's what I mean.
Yes, write your names on the bottom, please, I don't know who will say it. And as I said, I'm also marking for participation, full participation, limited participation, or no participation. So although this is a group activity, not everyone will get the same mark for participation. It's based on my observation during the activity. So it's a group activity, not a group mark.
How many wrong?
So 2.
No, it's 2-1, yeah. 2-1. Yeah, for me it's 4-1. Okay.
Your name Trail or Trail?
She knows the name of the kid.
Two ways that look at me.
I know the illustration.
Okay? Now, the group leader, choose somebody as a group leader, will tell me whether you participated fully, partially, or not at all. That's okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, so let's just bring this activity to a close. And I'm going to first I'm going to tell you my observations, and then you will tell me what you like, what you did not like, and etc. From my observation, I realized that most of you, when you were doing your reflection, instead of using the rules that you learned, you were counting boxes. If you reflect across the y-axis, you should know the y-coordinate stays the same and your x-coordinate will change. But no one will look at everybody counting spaces. The quickest thing. But when you're double checking, you should at least use the rule when you're double checking the answers. So that was my observation. Let me hear from you. What somebody activity was difficult, what was easy? It was okay. I saw some errors, so.
Yeah,
It was unvital.
Okay, adrenaline rush. When you're in an exam, how much time do you have to answer a question in an exam? 1 minute. For reflection, 1.5 for multiple choice, and a long paper maybe about 5 minutes to the entire question. So you have to pace yourself, and there are 3 minds in the group. Okay? Oh, one more observation I made. Some persons cannot plot points.
Miss.
Yeah.
Did you get the what happens for that?
Who that confidence that they were? I didn't. Did I call you? I didn't call you.
You look right over here.
Yes. I didn't notice. My apologies. But okay. Remember your x coordinate comes first, and then your y coordinate just in your like the alphabets x, y, and z. And I always talk about when you go to describe or say. First you talk about your x, and then you say y. Okay? Alright then. So that is it. That's the end of the activity. Thank you very much. I know Patricia is hungry. Thank you very much, cameraman.
Hello, well. Oh, she ain't want to stop.